This is episode number 88 of the Homeowners Show. Whether you're DIY or looking to hire, we're here to help you find the best information and options for you and your home. My name is Kevin Hackett, and across the internet is Craig Williams.
Hello, and welcome to the Homeowners Show, where Kevin has officially changed the intro to meet the challenging times.
It's about time. Yep.
So if you have not yet, we need you to click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the share button, do all the clickety, Facebooky, Twitter, Instagrammy, YouTubing, sharing goodness that you can to help support the Homeowners Show.
Do it now, because you will forget.
End of shameless plug.
That's right. How you doing, man?
I'm blowing and going, man. I never know which end is up these days, honestly.
Well, it sounds to me like you're pretty busy.
Slammed would be the and like weirdly like just to like carpenter bees, man. Like
really?
Yes, like tons and tons of calls for carpenter bees. And if you've never had carpenter bees, what a freaking nuisance. They're the worst. They are,
but how do you get rid of them?
I mean, it's kind of a process, and a lot of people are just too lazy to actually do the process, and it just takes time. I mean, like it's basically if you've never had them, they're actually, I mean, like they're an amazing creature because better than a drill bit can drill the absolute perfect half-inch hole. I mean, just like symmetrical. It's a gorgeous hole that these guys can drill. But like if you have any sort, like the one I did today was a giant wooden pergola off the back of someone's house, and they probably had like 60 to 80 carpenter bees just demolishing the thing.
Really?
I mean, just drilling it into sawdust. And they're like, look, we're all in favor of the environment and healthy pollinators. And they're like, but these guys got to go. And so I was like, oh, yeah, I get it. And they were basically having a bee orgy on these people's backyard. It's kind of disturbing at moments. But like, if it's on your property and it's like an old piece of wood and you don't really care about it, just let them be. I mean, just like, they're actually good for the environment. They just can be really, really destructive. They're not as big a pollinator as like honeybees or even like bumblebees because they're a solitary bee.
Yeah, they're big.
Oh, they're really big. Yeah,
yeah.
And people. Go ahead.
No, we had a few in our home in Arkansas whenever we lived there, and they would come and drill into the to the side of the banister on the back deck.
Yeah.
So they would. I don't know why they just liked that area, but it would be in the side. It wouldn't be from the top. It would be
it's always from the side or from the underside.
Okay, and but I would only get like one or two that I know. Now maybe more than one of them live in there. I don't know, but.
There can be more than one living in there, but they're typically a solitary bee, and usually if there's more than one, it's a mating pair. What you run into, and the best way I know to describe this to people, because I don't actually know the biology, I probably need to look into this a little bit more, but the way I describe it to people is they have like a genetic GPS system. And so where you have one or two carpenter bees one year, the next year could be 4 to 6 carpenter bees, which then the next year could be 10 to 15 carpenter bees. And it's not because all of a sudden your place has become popular. It's because as they've procreated and created more bees, their genetic GPS keeps bringing them back to the same place because that place has been favorable for procreation. And so the one I walked into today, I mean, it was obvious I'd been going on for years.
Wow.
And they just, decided to finally deal with it.
It's weird because whenever you look at it, you're like, where did that hole come from?
Yeah, because I mean, it literally looks like somebody drilled it.
Yeah. Yeah. And like you said, a half inch, it's big. And you never see them do it. I don't know what they're, when they come in.
I've watched one do it. It's a pretty slow process. They end up picking the places that they pick because the wood's softer and easier for them to, basically chew through.
Yeah.
So like your aged pines, your cedars, things like that.
Okay.
Things that people typically build back decks with.
Yeah, absolutely. That kind of stuff. Yep.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, good.
Well, you had some carpentry work recently done at your house, right?
Yes, I did.
In the most rudimentary fashion.
Yeah. We had. So, did we talk about this on an episode recently?
I think we talked about the tree being dead. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, we had Samir from Greenscapes come in and take down the dead tree, trimmed up 3 fairly large, like 6-inch in diameter limbs that needed to come down that were hanging over the house. He also put some sod down that I had taken out part of a flower bed, and so put some sod down, which it's looking really, really good. So, yeah, we got that all done, and man, I tell you, I need to go back to the office so I stop working so much. Like, I mean, it's
careful what you wish for, my friend.
I know, because like, I don't know. Maybe this is just me, but I'm kind of, first of all, I'm a pretty extroverted type of person, but I've found that I've really enjoyed the time being quarantined.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed the time with my family. I've enjoyed the time just kind of not feeling rushed about anything. I've been relaxed and not stressed out about stuff. Like it's been really nice.
I've honestly kind of wondered about folks that are upset and angry about the quarantine. If it's a money business issue or if it's they don't like their family issue.
It could be either or both, or maybe some other things.
Compounding issues.
Yeah, and one of the things that I'll tell you, I've been really, really concerned recently, the last few weeks here about increase in domestic and child abuse that's going on.
Yeah.
Just because people are at home. And if you had a propensity towards that, it's gotten worse. But that being said, like for me, it's been really nice to be home. And so recently, though, it's just been like, well, I've done the work that I need to do at home because I can get that done, fairly quickly every day. I'm spending 2 to 3 hours, maybe more, but still, it's nowhere near an 8-hour workday.
Yeah.
And so I'm helping the kids with school and all those sorts of things. But then it's like, okay, it's 4 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock. I got a couple hours till dinner. Maybe I'll just go outside and do some work. And I wind up working. Like today, I was trimming some bushes and doing some other things. It just needed to be done, But it was. I think I was talking to you on the phone. It's like 94 degrees and humid outside. So it's pretty crazy. But it's been good because I've been getting some projects done. In fact, one of the ones that I'm just killed myself over this weekend that we'll get to probably in the next few weeks is I'm putting an invisible fence in for my dog around my house. And that was a chore, let me tell you. But we're going to get to it because it's pretty amazing. You've got a electric fence at your house for your dogs as well.
Yeah, we had we put the invisible fence in. So
yeah.
I can give the pluses and minuses of working with that company for sure.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. We used a different brand. We used an Extreme, what's it called? Extreme Dog Fence, I believe is the name of it. But anyway, so I've just been doing a lot. So I'm kind of glad I'm going to be glad to get back to being out a little bit more. So
well, I mean, from my experience, I just haven't been home that much. My wife, I've been having to leave home every morning and go to work, gloved and masked and all that kind of stuff. Honestly, it's good, but like I'm exhausted. And so my wife has been here, really manning the fort, but I have some things that I do with the kids when I get home. And it's some things that So one of the things that I really wanted to key in on for our family and really just to kind of like put my money where my mouth is, because I'm always talking about how, with people that I talk to about, improving their business, improving their personal lives, is, you can find the space to do something extra, a little something more, in making your situation and your life a little bit better. And I didn't want to waste a good quarantine with me or with my kids. And so two things that I decided to implement while they're at home is language and music. And so my two oldest kids, and really this is just for my two oldest kids, because my 5-year-old is just not quite there to, I mean, she can do some things and we do those things. She can't interact with technology the way that my older two can in order to do some of these things when I'm not there. Sure. And so we decided, like, we're gonna put our nose to the grindstone on learning the piano and French.
Okay.
And so we use Rosetta Stone, and I forget the name of the app that we use for the piano, but it's basically a gamification piano learning system. And I do it with them. Like, it's really cool. Like, my 7-year-old is learning the bass line to "We Are the Champions" by Queen right now, and like he's pretty good at it.
Okay.
And so it's really fun. I mean, you use like an iPad and play the piano, and the iPad listens to you play the piano and gives you immediate feedback, all that kind of stuff.
Nice.
But anyway, both of my two oldest kids every day have been taking French lessons with Rosetta Stone, and occasionally they'll even watch like we'll change the language on like a cartoon that we know that they like, and just have them watch it in French.
Okay.
So, a little bit more immersion into the language.
Yeah.
And so the odd thing that's been happening is when I'm in my car, occasionally I'm watching YouTube videos. And if you're not a premier member on YouTube, you get commercials. So recently, about half the commercials that I get via the internet and on YouTube are in French.
Wow, because you're watching stuff.
And the stuff that I own is listening to what I'm doing and recognizing, like, oh, hey, they're not just speaking English, they're speaking French. And like, once I figured out what was going on, I was like, this is the creepiest thing I've ever heard. And like, a lot of people that I know get this all the time, that like, they're like, how did Amazon know what I was searching for? How did Google know? How did Facebook know to put that in front of me? Like, I haven't typed that in. And it's like, no, you said it out loud, and your Alexa heard you, or and most people don't realize that, like, your iPhone and some of your smartphones, those microphones are on all the time. And if you give them permission, they are always listening.
Right.
And, oh, dude, it creeped me out so bad.
Yeah, there's a really funny meme that I saw not too long ago. I may have mentioned it to you, but it was this really, there's two pictures. The top one was this really old, 50s type picture, and there are two people talking on their rotary phones, right?
Right.
And the one lady was telling the other lady, hey, why don't you come over to my house, because I'm afraid that they've tapped my phone, right? Mm-hmm. So the bottom picture says, hey, wiretap, order me a pizza. And so it's just this whole thing about, like, it's always listening. And, I think our friend back in episode like number 2 warned us about internet security stuff. And I mean, it's real. And I mean, maybe you're okay with it, but it is. I can imagine that it was pretty creepy if you started getting stuff in French. You started going, "Oh man!"
It wasn't creepy at first. I was like, "Well, that's stupid. Why is it playing?" And then it kept happening, like not just like 2 or 3 times, like a bunch. And I was like, "Something." Oh,
yeah, that's weird. That's weird.
It's.
Well, but it's one of the smartest marketing tools ever.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever you're scrolling Facebook and you start getting ads for stuff you've looked at on Amazon, it's like, wait a minute. How do they know?
Are
they in bed together? Not exactly. but they do like to push each other's business.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. So
yeah.
Anyway, today we're going to do a fun game, kind of a redux of a previous episode where we each went through our top 10. And I forget what exactly was the top 10. It was the top 10, was it the top 10 must-haves in the home? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
And so those episodes went over really well. Y'all seem to really enjoy those. And so Kevin and I had been talking about doing them a room specific. And so in order to make it a little more difficult on Kevin and I, we decided tonight, and we haven't shared our lists with one another, so this is going to be completely spontaneous, but we're going to do our top 3 must-haves in the kitchen.
Yep. This is tough. Top 3?
Top 3.
Okay, appliances. If I were to go through right now, I promise you, if I were to go through and number the appliances in my home, just in the kitchen, take other places out, just in the kitchen, the number of appliances I've got, I bet it would eclipse 15 or 20. Just
in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, you think about everything from, a refrigerator down to the coffee maker and everywhere in between. Like, there's a lot of appliances.
Yeah.
And we've even got really some obscure ones that a lot of people probably don't have. Like, we've got a bread maker. In fact, we've been making quite a bit of bread.
That's just lazy.
Well, no, it's not. Actually, it's way more difficult than buying it at the store. That's lazy.
Well, I mean, using a bread maker is lazy. I mean, just knead it yourself, dude.
No, I need a machine to do it for me. It's an awesome process, actually. Put all the ingredients in, come out with a loaf.
Well, spoiler alert, I bet you the bread maker doesn't make the top 3.
It's not making mine either. But yeah, we've got, dude, in fact, I might go through and count them when we're done. Because I'm curious now. We've got a bunch. I promise you. We've got a bunch.
Yeah.
So
anyway, we're gonna start at number 3, and we'll work our way to number 1, meaning number 1, the most important one, I guess, that you and I deem as the most important.
Yes. So I'm gonna make you go first, though.
You're gonna make me go first.
Yeah.
All right. If I'm going first, I'm gonna go with, as my number 3, I'm gonna go with the combo stove and oven.
Oh, number 3 is number 3. Oh, wow.
Absolutely.
That's far down the list, I think.
for you?
I think for a lot of people, the cooking, like stove and oven, is got to be high priority.
Well, I would think so. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's really important, but let me give you my, and this will probably make sense later on in the show, but I can build a fire.
Sure.
I can light some charcoal. I can gather some sticks. I can make a spit. I can cook food. But
yeah,
if I have to eliminate everything but 3 things in my kitchen, I want an oven stove combo.
I agree with you.
So now,
100%.
Would I much rather have a double stack oven and then a single set of burners? Absolutely. But if I'm down to 3, I'm going to cheat and get that combo.
I'm with you. The problem is I don't have one of those currently, but I did before I moved here. It's just what I inherited whenever I bought the house.
Right.
But I'm with you. In fact, I like to I have an egg grill.
Right.
And we talked about grills. I don't know. That was probably somewhere in the 40s back there. And so I've got an egg. The great thing about the egg is you can grill with it, you can smoke with it, and you can also bake with it.
Right. So
I've actually baked a casserole on my egg before.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen someone bake eggs on them before. So, I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with that, but man, when it comes to just the ease of being able to cook, yeah, that's a really important one.
And do I need to specify gas or electric? I mean,
Oh no, that's easy.
I mean, for me, it's easy. I think some people, I know that there's people out there that prefer electric for whatever reason.
No, you do a dual fuel.
Dual fuel.
Dude, I'm serious. That's what we had in Arkansas. We had a dual fuel. We had it was a gas range. It was a combo.
Right.
It was a gas range and electric oven.
Uh-huh.
And if you watch most any Food Network type of show, their cooktop is gas and their oven is electric almost always.
Well, so here's the caveat for me, because this is pretty important.
I know exactly where you're going.
I'm okay with dual fuel because I'm cool with electric in the oven, but is the broil feature gas?
No, if you have an electric oven, you cannot have a broiler that's gas.
Okay.
I don't think so. I think that it's.
Then I'm completely out. Gas oven all the way.
Yeah, okay. So tell me your reason, because I think I know what it is.
I can just get a better char on things with the broiler if it's gas.
Yeah,
I mean, and it's just going to taste better. I mean,
so there's a couple things to think about there.
And at the end of the day, I can still cook.
That's what I thought your number one was going to be.
Without electricity.
Your reason. That was going to be a reason to me. I thought that was going to be a reason, because if you run out of electricity, run out of it. If your electricity, if it goes out.
It's a possibility if you're on a home battery. All right.
Okay. But if your electricity goes out because of lightning, for example,
sure,
you still cook.
Right.
If you have gas. I'm completely with you on that. However, I'm going dual fuel if it's me, and I'm using if my electricity goes out, I'm going to the egg. So that's just me.
Yeah.
But no, those are good reasons. Those are really good reasons.
Well, one is a practical reason, like if the electricity goes out. The other one is just like a cooking reason. Like, yeah, I'd rather have it this way because I like the way, I make my cheesy eggs in the broiler every morning, my friend.
Sure. We talked about that last week.
Oh, yeah. So, all right. What's your number 3?
My number 3, you're going to hate me for it, but it's a microwave.
Oh, dude. How can that even be essential?
Well, I think it all depends on how you live life. I mean, I'll tell you, we don't do a lot of cooking in our microwave.
Yeah.
It happens on occasion. The majority reason that we would ever cook in a microwave is my wife on occasion wants a baked potato, doesn't want to wait the hours that it takes to bake them in the oven, so she puts it in the microwave. And we actually had to get a new microwave not too long ago, and it's got a sensor cook on it, which is kind of cool. You poke holes in the potato, put it in there, and it came out perfectly, perfectly baked in the microwave. But I think for us, it's our kids more than anything. Is that we tend to reheat food and do it fairly quickly for them, just because it's time to eat and they're hungry, and so we'll pop stuff in the microwave to reheat for dinner when we have leftovers, for example.
Yeah.
But I mean, we don't use it the way some people do. I mean, we don't do frozen dinners and that kind of stuff. For us, it's purely a tool to reheat with the very occasional something where it's like, we just need to cook this baked potato. But beyond that, it's a reheating tool for us. So, but I know for you, how long have you gone without a microwave now?
Over 5 years.
Yeah. And I get it. I mean, in fact, so tonight, my kids ate all of our dinner. All of it. Like I didn't get any dinner because my kids were so hungry today. They ate all of it.
Right.
And so I was like, man, what am I going to eat? Well, it just so happened that we had some hot dogs and some hot dog buns. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to make a hot dog. Well, instead of going and firing up the grill for a couple of hot dogs, I just boiled it. my wife was like, you're boiling. How long is it going to take? Like, we have a microwave. And I was like, I am not microwaving a hot dog weenie. Not doing it. So, I mean, I get it that like there's a lot healthier ways to live than not using a microwave.
Yeah.
They also take up a lot of space in your house. And I know you and I were talking whenever I told you I was buying a new one. Because what I really want is I want one that's out of the way. It's like, up over it. We even have a space. It doesn't have to be above the stove necessarily. But you and I were talking about that. And one of the things you said was it's just a roach magnet.
Yeah.
Because of all the grease that, gets sucked up into the filter.
Particularly the ones that are over stoves.
Yeah. Not necessarily self-contained units.
Which,
but,
I mean, like they'll get in there too, but just not as much as they will in the ones that are like the air filtration system for the stove.
Yeah, which makes sense. Either way, if I've got to narrow it down to 3, I'm probably going to have a microwave.
Oh, I'm so out.
I'm representing all the people out there that are going, thank you, Kevin, because I would too.
Anyone that's saying thank you to a microwave, we don't need to be friends.
All right. Well, I think you'll be happier with my number 2 and 3.
Let's hope so.
All right. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is the refrigerator.
Oh man. Wow.
So
okay.
Gotta have a good fridge, man. And I need we need the fridge freezer combo if we can, but like end of the day, I gotta have a refrigerator.
I'm with you. It's got to be a combo.
So now, are you and this is, I think this is actually kind of like become kind of a deal is, when I was a kid, everything was side by side. That was the big luxury item, was freezer on the left, refrigerator on the right.
Yes.
Top to bottom.
Yep.
Now, everybody wants French doors on top. That's just the refrigerator. So you got big, wide pull-out drawers, and then you got one big freezer unit as a single drawer at the bottom of the unit.
Or double drawer.
Yeah, they do have those. Yeah. I don't really understand why, but I guess different levels of cold. I mean, I don't know.
No, I've never had
so.
One. I think it's just organization. It's a difference in having a deep freeze and having shelves.
Because like ours is a single big pull-out drawer that has layered shelves inside of that.
Right. Sure. Which is essentially the same thing. So for me, we have the side by side.
Freezer on the left, refrigerator on the right.
Yes, and that's not what we've always had. When we got married, the first refrigerator that we had was the freezer on top. The 2 doors.
Oh yeah, with
freezer on top.
The small door on top and big door on the bottom. Okay, yeah,
right.
We had one of those
old
too.
School. Yeah,
they were usually brown. Or
many of them were green,
off-white or green. Yeah.
We had that first.
Avocado, Kevin.
Okay, sorry. Excuse me. So then we went to a side by side. That's a really cool story. If I haven't ever told you about how we got our first side by side refrigerator, we need to have that conversation offline sometime. And then when we moved into this house, we had to sell our previous house with the refrigerator. It was kind of part of the agreement. So when we moved down here, we bought another side by side. Part of that was just size. We needed something that would fit the space that we had. And those French door ones seemed to be a little bit larger most of the time. And so we didn't go with that. And plus they're more expensive.
Oh yeah.
So we didn't go that way. What's really interesting is my mom was here last weekend or a couple weekends ago now. And she was saying that if we ever got a new refrigerator, we have to go with the French doors. She was like, you can put so much more stuff in them. You can fit more stuff in them. They organize so much better, those sorts of things. Which I will tell you that going from the old school refrigerator, the one with freezer on top, fridge on bottom, to a side by side, man, you almost have to buy new containers.
Yeah.
To stack things differently than you had to in the old old way. And so I think she's probably right when it comes to like putting casserole dishes or large jugs of things in the French doors. I think you can probably fit more items in those than you can the side by side. What are your thoughts? Because I know what you have is different than what I have.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree with her. I mean, it just kind of depends on what you're putting in there. I mean, like my main purpose in picking the fridge is like I need the ability in order to preserve food longer than it just sitting on my counter. And I'm all for fresh food, but I also love cheese. And and I like really nice cheeses, and I need somewhere to store those and I don't have a cave, so refrigerator. But when it comes to like the difference between side by side and French door, like, man, I can fit like a supersized pizza sitting flat in this refrigerator, and it's not an issue. And so I just
why are you not eating that supersized pizza? That's the question.
Because I'm not fat.
Oh, well.
So sorry, fat people. I'm not sorry. Just put the slice down, all right, and go walk a lap.
Put all 8 slices down, actually.
Yeah. So no, I mean, so because we send it to the kids when there's actually school, when we want to pack their lunches and we don't actually feel like packing lunches, we send them with the leftover pizza. It just stores a lot more, honestly.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think at the end of the day, you can put more in them.
And like, now that I have sort of that model, inversed, you're in the refrigerator a lot more than you are in the freezer. At least I am. I'm in the fridge a lot more than I am the freezer. And I think that's more of a cultural move, because I think in the 80s, early 90s, people were going to the freezer more because the frozen food was a big deal. Yeah. And now fresh food's more of a big deal. And so you're in the fridge a lot more than you are the freezer. I mean, the freeze is really more of a place to like put meats and frozen vegetables, and not necessarily like prepared meals. Although I'm sure there's still people that do that kind of stuff and buy, frozen dinners and different things like that. And, if that's what you have the space for, Godspeed.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. The thing that I'll tell you, the luxury that I would really want, I think I want the separate milk door.
Oh yeah. That's been huge for us.
Oh, dude. Like, just, I didn't realize y'all had that, but just having the separate milk door to where you don't have to open the refrigerator every time, let all the cold air out just to get a, glass of milk or something.
Yeah.
Would be great.
Well, no, we don't have the separate milk door, but we have like the separate milk shelf.
Okay.
In the door.
No.
And I know what you're talking about. We don't have that. But
I'm talking about like a door inside of a door.
Right.
But yeah, we have a separate milk shelf too. That thing stays full. Thankfully, we've got awesome neighbors. Have I even told you this? So our next door neighbors, I think I mentioned before, they work for a milk plant.
Right.
And for the last 8 weeks, so for the last 7 weeks, they have, they've brought us 2 gallons of milk every week. It's been awesome. It's been awesome. So, all right. Ready for my number 2?
I'm ready for your number 2.
Well, it's a little anticlimactic because my number 2 is the stove oven combo.
It was just higher up on the list than mine.
Yeah, that's why I said I thought that number 3 was pretty low. It makes me real curious what your number 1 is. But that being said, for me, you got to have the cooking, the main appliance to cook with. You got to have it in your top 3. If it's not in your top 3, then you must live on a farm somewhere with nobody around and like no electricity inside the house.
Yeah. Which I could get by with. I mean, like if I had like a brick oven or something, I could make it work. But like, again, if I get to pick,
I could get by with it. Yeah. You add a family into the mix? No.
Yeah, and I think part of the game is like, it's not just like what's your top 3. It's like if you had to build a kitchen and you only got to pick 3,
right?
That's it. Right. That changes the game a little bit.
Yes, it does.
So, and you picked microwave.
Yeah, I know. All right. Well, I gotta know. What's your number 1?
Well, before we get to number 1,
Oh,
something
we're
else.
gonna make people wait.
Well, yeah, we got to be dripping with anticipation, and what a lot of if we're going with the top three, number one in our hearts is going to be Paul the plumber.
Every time.
And if you're going to have a kitchen, let me tell you, you're going to need to talk to Paul, because eventually something's going to leak. Some moron from some box store company is going to hook up something wrong and make a big mess in the kitchen, or make a big mess in the laundry room, or make a big mess in the bathroom. And you're going to need a qualified professional to come in and make it right.
And Paul the plumber is your guy. And he makes it really, really easy to book things. You can book them online on their website, which I will let you give in just a minute. You can book them on Facebook. You can even do these virtual tours that we've been talking about, which is unbelievable.
Yeah.
You can get like on FaceTime or Skype or something and show them what's going on in your house, and they show up ready to go.
Yeah. Saves you time. Get your problem solved quicker.
That's right.
So, and I actually have their card
info.
here. I'm gonna pull the card up, and everybody can see it right there. Can you see that, Kev? There you go.
Yeah, I got it.
There's the lovely Deborah. And you can reach them over at 832-521-3252. And you can email Deborah at deborah@paultheplumberllc.com. And again, the website is paultheplumberllc.com. Give them a call today. Get all your plumbing needs taken care of.
And whenever you do, mention that you heard about it on the Homeowner Show.
Absolutely.
So, what's your number one?
Number one, sink and faucet.
That's not an appliance.
It absolutely is an appliance.
No. An appliance is something that has to like get fuel from somewhere, doesn't it?
Water is the fuel, my friend.
Okay. I think that's it. I think you're shortchanging yourself on that.
Well, let me ask you this. Would you want a kitchen without a sink and faucet?
No, but I don't think that's an appliance.
I think it absolutely is an appliance.
Okay, well, then I think you just ruined a lot of people's world on this top three thing.
Good. I'm good with that.
I'm sitting here going, is he going with dishwasher? Is that the one he's going with?
No, I'm not going with dishwasher.
Well, I didn't think so. But I'm going, what is number one if number two is refrigerator?
And I'll tell you, man, like if I'm cooking in the kitchen, 80% of my time is spent right around the sink.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with you.
It's sanitary. It's where the water, I'm not going for a bucket of water.
Okay, now where I can get on board with this is if like you have a disposal in it. Well, maybe that becomes the appliance that, I don't know, man. I'm still having a hard time with sink and faucet being an appliance.
Just because it's not electrical or gas doesn't mean that it's not mechanical. It's absolutely mechanical because it brings water into the kitchen.
So
it also removes water from the kitchen, so it allows everything else to remain clean.
Okay, well.
If you want to get technical with me, it's a rudimentary dishwasher.
Well, yeah, you're going to use it for dishwashing, I promise. That's how you get away with not having a dishwasher in your top three.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm taking it outside and using the hose, and I don't want to do that, especially since my kitchen's not on the first floor.
Or the second floor.
Yeah, that's right.
Or the third floor, consequently.
It's not on the third floor.
So, I don't know, man. I agree with you that is an essential thing to have in your kitchen. You and I are not going to disagree on that. It's just that I don't think it's an appliance. I need someone who's an appliance expert to tell me that a sink and a faucet is an appliance.
All right.
But anyway,
weigh in, internet and audience.
Yeah, I need to know, is it or isn't it? Because one of us is right and one of us is wrong, and Craig's going to be really disappointed to be wrong. So we need to know.
Well,
I need to know.
You all can jump on Team Microwave if you want, but you'll get cancer before I do.
Yeah, we'll be dead by then. Well, dude, my number one is a refrigerator.
I think that's a fair pick.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I can do without a lot of things, but something to store my food in is right at the top of the list. I can live with cooking my food however I need to, cleaning my dishes however I need to, blah blah blah. I can get through all of that. Having a place to keep food for more than a day, or more than a couple of hours sometimes. I've got to have the refrigerator. That's number one for me, without a doubt.
Well, and occasionally you can have running water from the refrigerator.
Oh, absolutely. I would not wash a dish in it. But maybe you could like rig up the ice dispenser to be like some other kind of dispenser, and you can, I don't know. I'm just using words now.
That is what we do here on the show, is use words. So yes, well done, Kevin.
We do. Thank you. Well, but I didn't mention a lot of appliances.
There's a lot of appliances we didn't mention. I mean, and we'll let your imagination run wild with that. And maybe you have your own list and would like to share it with us. We'd love to hear from you. What would be your top 3? Yeah. Now,
let us know.
Don't submit it to Kevin, because he's just going to tell you that why your answers are wrong and why they're not actually appliances. And then he'll tell you how you need to squeeze the microwave into that list somehow.
Not the microwave we got. It's too big, but it works. It works. So,
do you wear like one of those X-ray vests when you turn it on?
No.
You should borrow one of those from your dentist, man.
Yeah, hey, can I borrow that? Why? I need to microwave a potato
so I don't kill myself.
I haven't died yet from microwaving something. and if that's the way I go, listen, it happens.
If you do, I'm going to make fun of you at your funeral.
Please do. I'm completely fine with that.
Like your wife's going to be crying and be like, I tried to tell him.
Yeah. Hey, that's the ultimate I told you so moment.
I'm taking full advantage.
Bless his heart. Oh man. Well, send us your top 3. I want to hear what they are, and please try to settle this argument between the Craig's number 1. But man, I'm just glad that people out there are still downloading. Hopefully you're getting your quarantine fix of the Homeowner Show, and we're going to keep pushing episodes out every Tuesday, no matter what, rain, shine, sleet, snow, quarantine, COVID-19.
We're like the mailman.
Yeah. Plus,
we may have even taken that oath.
Yeah, maybe. Either way, thanks for downloading, sticking with us through this crazy time. Hopefully, we're going to be coming out of it before too long. Craig, what else?
That's it, man.
All right.
Great show. Despite the microwave.
It's fantastic.
I'll take that out in editing. Don't worry about it.
No, you all right, guys. Thanks for staying with us today. Hope you have a great week. Until next time, we'll see you later.
See you.